What's up, everyone? Thralls Metal here once again. I'm Necrotic Nick.
I'm Jammin John.
And we're back with another retro review. And this one is kind of a bundle slash retrospective because we're not just going over one album this time. We're going to go over two EPs in an album. So a little bit heftier.
Yes.
But we're going to go over a particularly fun one. I've been wanting to do this one for a while. I think I brought it up in underrated death metal bands fucking forever ago. We're going to do the whole fucking thing, and we're talking about Death Breath. We're going to go over both their EPs and their full length. Now, this band immediately appealed to me when I saw who was in it. This band was Nick Anderson, not me.
Not him.
He's a much cooler Nick Anderson than me.
This one's a giant piece of shit.
Huge. The worst, really.
The biggest, the Golgothan shit demon. That guy.
Sculpted out of poo. But this was his return to death metal, and honestly, it was something he kind of formed out of pure fun. He wanted to do some drum stuff, and he wanted to play some death metal again. And I commend him because at this point, he had been pretty much far removed from death metal for a while. He'd been doing, numerous other projects, namely the Helicopters, which is his straight up classic rock oriented band, kind of punky, a lot of fun. But hearing him do death metal again, and hearing him do the awesome death metal, at least sort of a version of it that he was known for with Entombed and Nihilist, I'm fucking ready. Now, this band formed in 2005 in Stockholm, of course, because, yeah, it's Entombed-ish. Nick Anderson formed this band with Robert Pearson, formerly of Rune Magic on guitars, and bassist Magnus Hedquist. My writing's sloppy. I may have fucked up his last name.
We're not good at
they know that by now.
Yeah,
they know we suck at this part.
Yes.
Now, originally, these guys wanted to name this project Black Breath. Turns out that one was actually taken, but they really didn't pursue it for very long because I believe Nick found out that, holy shit, Death Breath is not taken. How the hell is this name not taken? We're taking it. So in 2006, I'm not entirely sure the exact date, but it was in June, they released their self-titled EP, and this was just 3 tracks, and, well, they were all fucking fun.
Yes.
The opening track we would hear later, not too much later on the full length, so we'll go into that a little bit more there because it honestly sounds better. This production here is good, but they got that mix much better later on.
With the next record for sure. The song Corpses of Death. Just dirty, gritty, punkish, hardcore death metal. It's the best way I can put it.
D-beat glory.
Like Slayer meets Motorhead.
And Corpses of Death seems a little redundant, but you know what? This band, you'll start to figure out with the song titles, there's a fun, dark sense of humor all over this fucking discography, honestly.
Yep.
And then the other track, Matricide, which is not the killing of a mattress. That's Mommy's Gonna Fucking Get It.
Don't kill my mattress.
Thrashy, old school death metal. The riffs are fucking great, and that is, again, a trend that carries on.
Carries on. Yep.
Simple, but awesome fucking riffs across the board.
Yep. Very in your face. It's like getting yelled at as a kid. Hey, fucking me! That's...
High pace, too. The vocal cadences are fucking hefty and just constantly fucking going, and I don't know, it kind of contributes to that thrashy energy because that is, again, something you will hear later on throughout this. This is some high octane shit across the board. Now, in this one, it is important to note that Robert does all the vocals on here. Nick does drums, guitars, and I think that's it. And then, bass covers bass, but all the vocals on here were covered by Robert, and he does a great job. He has a very over-the-top delivery.
Yeah, over the top, just like cheese over the top. But it carries on throughout their discography, and it's something very prominent overall. Just it's fun.
It is fun. It kind of has that fun layer of campy over the topness of John Tardy. John Tardy just doing the over the top. That's how every word should end in the English language, according to John Tardy, and also for Robert Person on this.
I still want John Tardy to read a children's book.
Yeah, books on tape. John Tardy,
please do it.
It would be awesome. I will buy a signed copy.
Yeah, dude, 100%. I will flaunt that shit like nobody's business.
But yeah, not much really to this. Again, 3 tracks. It's under 10 minutes, so we're just going to get into a rating on this one. I'm going to give it 3 stars. The only thing I don't like is the fact that it is under 10 minutes and you're just kind of left like, well, more, please. It's fun. It's awesome. And honestly, it would only get better from here. But this was a killer start. And honestly, this is the first time I had ever heard this EP. I didn't know this EP existed. But I'm glad I did, because those 2 extra songs there that I didn't know, awesome songs. So just more awesome songs in the discography for me.
Once again, I'd never heard of this band. And he was like, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to see. We're going to do them all. So, yeah, again, I think that's my only knock, too, is that it's under 10 minutes and it's only 3 songs, because it is such a good... I mean, you'll figure it out as you go along. It's such a good setup for what's to come. It's a lot of fun. It's high energy. It's got the cheesy vocals. Love it. Good
Get
shit.
your fucking neck ready.
Yep.
Because my neck is actually sore because I was headbanging my ass off to this.
Headbang for 3 records. Just
Because honestly, you can't really help yourself. So literally, like next year, actually in September of next year, they released their full length, Stinking Up the Night. This came out on the 17th of September on Relapse Records. First one was on Black Lodge Records, which is a small label, I guess, based in Sweden. But came out on a smaller label, they got bigger distribution this time, and they wrote a bigger album, and, well, they threw on some fun guests on here. You get Scott Carlson of Repulsion, Jorgen Sandstrom, formerly of Entombed and formerly of Grave, and Fred Etzby, just a little bit in the first track on here, from Dismember, doing some backup vocals, and they made good use of their guests. First track, Runaway, is Death Breath, which we already heard, but we heard the EP version, and holy shit, this version is the one to hear.
Yes, this version is much better. What little production gripes I had on the first thing, they totally fixed in here and made this, like, recording overall, not just this song, but the recording overall for this record, a lot more, like, gritty and grimy. Like, it sounds like almost a live recording.
Yeah, this is the kind of production I like when it comes down to, like, all right, let's make a raw sounding album, but mix it well. Because all the levels are really good. You can hear everything on here, but it has that raw, like, late 80s, early 90s grit to it. Like, it's very analog. Sometimes you can actually hear, like, the hum of the amps when they're done doing a song.
Yeah.
This opening track, actually, these first 3 tracks are fucking legit pit-spinning, neck-breaking fucking songs. The main riff that is in Death Breath is so goddamn catchy, and it's also very simple. That's sort of the thing on here. Simple, catchy riffs with just a fuck ton of energy behind them.
Like, and you can tell that in the next song, Chopping Spree. That's a very high energy song. Just balls out to the wall. You could tell by the sound of the music, you could tell they were having fun.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like I could just see, like, dudes just smiling on stage going,
I mean, it's with the hair draped over their face, but they're smiling underneath it.
The mix of this overall album reminds me a lot of Demiricus when they started.
This whole album kind of has one fucking breakneck pace, but I mean, if you listen to shit like Possess 7 Churches or Death Scream Bloody Gore, you're used to this pace, and there's a good chance you love it. Chopping Spree is kind of a bit of a break since it's a bit more of a D-beat oriented song, but when you get down to songs like Reduced to Ashes and Heading for Decapitation, I fucking love the puns on here. Breakneck speed. And the different vocalists, they all kind of do their own over-the-top thing, and it's really cool. Chopping Spree has Scott Carlson just belting forth some of his, like, punky, grindy delivery, and then Jorgen is going fucking ham on Heading for Decapitation. Like, everything is just over the top on that. And, again, like, a lot of this is kind of similar, but it's a fun similar. Like, it's a groove you kind of get settled in because you're having so much fucking fun.
Another example of a fun track for me was the song A Morbid Mind. While this song is still fast, it does incorporate a lot of, like, I wouldn't say slower moments, because there aren't really slower moments for this band.
Yeah.
But, like, in this song, there were a couple breakdowns, and the melody, the melodies in this song are presented so well, because behind all those melodies, they have, like, a slower, like, grimy tremolo going on. And it even breaks into, like, this grimy kind of bluesy section.
The leads on here they kind of get bluesy, like they're kind of those sleazy rock leads. And yeah, that was definitely one I picked up on in that song. And while this is like breakneck, like almost all the time, like my neck was close.
Yeah, right.
Drag Through the Mud and Coffins of the Unembalmed Dead. Again, great fucking song titles. They kind of start off at least a little bit slower, so your neck gets a little bit of a break, a little bit doomier, a little bit more atmospheric, and I don't know, it kind of has that like, I don't know, like old school 80s horror sort of vibe to it.
Definitely.
Murkier riffs, longer growls in there, and like occasionally like a belch that's kind of in the background. Like, are you okay? I'm fine.
2-pack a day, Camel non-filters.
Orvis Day COVID. Those songs do eventually get back to that breakneck speed, but it was a nice little break in there. And then occasionally it gets like sort of punky aggressive, like Christ All Fucking Mighty, which is another great song title and an awesome song. That song is a little bit more on the punk side, honestly. Like, you know, once again, this one's kind of fronted by Scott Carlson, and he seems like he takes on a few more of the punky songs. And holy shit, like this is just, well, a fucking awesome song about Jesus or something. I don't know. I don't think he likes him very much.
I don't know. You need to play at maybe like a glass outlet and just send in people with bats.
Yeah.
Buy the whole thing and just fucking
like you can just break the shit out of this place. We don't own it, and we didn't tell them we were playing here, and you didn't see shit.
Nope.
But have fun. That's the important part.
Safety third.
I swear, like, the energy on this, like, it's just so full throttle fucking fast all the time. Like, if this was all a live show, I would have had my drink kicked out of my hands like 4 fucking times. And water or beer is expensive at shows. So,
oh my God.
You know, yeah. It's definitely gone up over the years. But sometimes it actually gets, like, full bore, like, death metal aggressive, like blast beats. Flabby Little Things from Beyond. I feel attacked. But, yeah, no, that's you too. It is. But another killer song that kind of starts off slow and murky, but this one, instead of going to that main thrash beat, which fucking Nick's killing it on drums here.
Yes, he is.
I felt exhausted for him because like he's just maintaining this pace and he is just beating the shit out of his kit, but solid in the pocket fucking drums. And of course he's being backed by some of the best simple riffs that I may have heard other places, but I don't fucking care because they're being played so fucking well and I'm just banging my head. All that works together so well. But the fact that he gets like blast beat oriented on here, like, and blast beats aren't like a huge thing on here, but there's a little bit of a blast beat on Flabby Little Things from Beyond. I just kind of wanted to say that again.
Flabby.
But the real treat in terms of getting a break from, well, getting your neck fucking wrecked. The last track, Cthulhu Dragon. I don't know how to say. I've never known how to say that. I know people out there are giant Lovecraft fans. I'm a giant Lovecraft fan. I have no fucking clue how to say that.
Yeah, me either.
Fhtagn. What the fuck is that? That's a word jumble.
Yeah, in fact, I just omitted that from my notes, so because I wasn't gonna try to pronounce it, I didn't even write it down.
Dragon.
This song, first of all, I think it's the slowest they get at any given point throughout all 3 releases. Instrumental. I think there's a little spoken word in it, but
it's more or less mutterings. I think someone awakened Cthulhu was like, we just need guest vocals. Scott doesn't want to do it.
It's got a real dark kind of like Caius Spirit Caravan, Mystic Crew, the Clear Light, like a little bit doomy, and I love the snare stutter. That snare stutter ghost note, just dark, swingy, bluesy kind of, yeah.
Very atmospheric song, and they don't really bother much with atmosphere in here because it's pretty much let's go on almost every track. This track slows it down. There's a really cool bridge that kind of builds up in there too, and man, there's just a lot of cool riffs that you don't really hear on almost any other track on this.
Yeah.
And if there was a complaint I could make about this album is it might stick to that fast formula a little too much, but it really wasn't like a huge complaint because I was still having fun. And that's the main thing. This band is fucking fun. Like, this is fun to listen to.
Yep.
You're not putting this on to like heighten your senses and like wax political or philosophical or anything. We're talking about just zombies and fucking fun here, and they just nail that whole feel. Like, there's a punky, thrashy spirit to this whole fucking album, and it's just fun to listen to. So overall, I'm going to give it 4 stars. This pretty much captures that old school feel. Again, I can knock it for being a little repetitive, but it's a fun repetitive, so I'm not going to knock it that much, because I was smiling and banging my head and wondering what this would have been like live if they actually did do any touring. I'm really not sure. But holy shit, I would have bought the album there probably again, hopefully got it signed, and got a shirt, maybe a hoodie. Like, this is just a flat out killer fucking fun album. You know, leave your brain in your other pants. Let's just fucking go.
4 for me as well. I had a great time. I had a great time. My minor gripes about the production issues were gone. They beefed it up. They grimed it up. But like Nick said too, it was just plain fun. Like I was smiling and jamming my head and stank faces and throwing fake punches and like, I mean, that's what you want. And even though it was a little repetitive, again, I didn't mind either, because the record, you could actually just speak like overall, it was a good time from track to track to track. Just good time, fun. Like they could easily tour with like Municipal Waste and like Power Trip, just because. Yeah.
Throw on Black Breath, make everyone confused. So the same year that Stinking Up the Night comes out, Magnus left the band, and they had already pretty much begun working on an EP follow-up, pretty much just for fun, and this one would definitely echo more fun, because that is what this band's about. Now for this one, they did bring back some guests, namely Scott Carlson once again doing vocals on 2 tracks, and I believe Nick played bass on this as well as guitars, and of course drums. Robert pretty much took on all the vocals that Scott didn't, which he did too. And then they brought on Eric Sellstrom of General Surgery, and currently he's also in Under the Church, which is also an awesome fucking band, to do vocals on 1 track. And on February 28th of 2007, they released the Let It Stink EP. Now, this didn't come out here in the States on Relapse until August of 2007, but I got it pretty much as soon as it came out on Relapse, and I instantly got the joke right away on the album cover. Let's make fun of the Beatles a little bit. It'd be fun.
That they did.
And they did. But this sounds nothing like the Beatles, thank fucking God. This is once again another slab of their brand of just dirty, grimy fucking death metal with a punky spirit. In fact, this one is a little bit different just in terms of the original songs. Now, there's 4 original songs and 3 covers. The original songs, a little bit more groove-oriented, and they kind of lay on the D beat more than they do on the thrashy beats. But somehow they found a way to make the production dirtier, but still mixed really well.
It's a lot more filthy, a lot more grimy. Like, if that was possible from where they were already, like, they make sure to drive it home. And the song titles, I think, allude to the griminess, like the opening track, Giving Head to the Dead.
Necrophilatio.
Which is not an ideal activity by any means, but pretty much just like picks back up where they left off. Was really reminded of Death, though.
Yes. Yeah, there's definitely Death. This one has like a little bit more of like, a little bit of like classic sleazy heavy metal, like Undead Motorhead, or Venom, or like early Celtic Frost. Like this one feels just like a little bit less thrashy and more, I don't know, just gritty, dirty heavy metal, but played by a gritty, dirty death metal band. A big standout on this one for me is Dead But Walking. The opening crawling melody in here, again, 80s horror movie vibes. And like there's something like skulking up the fucking stairs, and then it just explodes in like D-beat fury and massive riffs. But my favorite thing they do in here is they bookend that melody.
Yep.
They
The intro
close
and
it
the
out.
end.
Yep. Whatever creeped up the stairs crept back down, except it was dragging a body behind it.
The last track on this record, I have to point out, first of all, over-the-top cheese vocals come from all angles on this song.
This is Eric's performance, and he fucking nails it.
At this point in the game, it's been a super fun listen. This one, I think, reminded me a lot more of like a horror movie soundscape. Like, we're not sure if it's the little left-hand path play.
I mean, all right, it starts off like very D-beaty, but that bridge comes in, and there's a very familiar feel. The whole Phantasm Bridge on Left Hand Path, I don't know if it's exactly it, but it's fucking close.
Yeah, it's damn close. But at this point in the game, great way to end the album.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And they jam the fuck out.
Dude, it turns into a flat-out jam.
Yep. Showcases, I think, some more talent of all the musicians that's not brought forth on the rest of the record. It's like, all right, here, check this out, by the way. We are also capable of this.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily step, like, super outside the realm of death metal, but it flashes some, like, really clever melodies, some really great leads. Like, whoever fucking did that lead, whether it was Robert or Nick,
Great
awesome.
lead. Yeah.
There was actually a section on there towards the end that reminded me of Pink Floyd's Empty Spaces, except, you know, played by a dirty, filthy death metal band. And talking about zombies instead of, you know, mental anguish or whatever the fuck that song's about. Now, this also has 3 covers on here, and they kind of went straight for the D beat on every fucking cover, but they were different bands. Discharge, they covered Maimed and Slaughtered. I mean, it's a fucking great D-beat band, and pretty much every band that begins with Dis, maybe minus Dismember, pretty much is a tribute to them if they're a D-beat band. GBH's Lycanthropy, thank fucking Christ it wasn't fucking 6 Feet Under's version of Lycanthropy. They would probably do a much better vocal cover. Sorry, Chris.
God. No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Sorry,
we're not,
dude.
Shut up about fucking other people not being good vocalists. You can't.
What are you doing, dude? I don't fucking understand. I don't understand what your end game is here.
I don't know. At this point, he's just become a troll that lives on their bridge somewhere in Florida.
Quit while you're a dread.
But anyway, GBH, Lycanthropy, they do a good job. Again, not 6 Feet Under, so I didn't have to hear a fucking cicada fucking squeal at any point. Awesome cover. And then they covered Bathory's Sacrifice, which is off the first album. That's where Bathory was extra raw, extra DB, pretty much like ultra evil Motorhead and Celtic Frost combined, and they do a good job. I was just kind of maybe a little disappointed they just went after all covers that were very DB, because all the original material is very DB too. And granted, that's one of my favorite beats. If I hear it, that's an instant fucking pit spinner. I mean, if I was younger, it'd be a pit spinner.
Right, if we still did things
now it's just like, I better back up or I'm going to get hurt very easily.
I need to back up and find a chair. I need to take some ibuprofen.
Like, did I wear my orthotics today?
I need some water. I farted and I don't know if it came with a prize or not.
Getting old's fun. It's a hell of an adventure.
It's great. I wouldn't suggest it. Just stop.
But all in all, this is a fun EP, and again, it keeps the party rolling. It's maybe a little bit different party, but it's still kind of the same fun party. Like, you know, it's just like reacquainting yourself with old friends and then getting really drunk and throwing up on their furniture, because that's what friends do. And I enjoyed it once again, but I love this band. I've been jamming both this EP and this full length for a long fucking time, and it was just great fucking, exposing him to this. And this was a night of new discoveries. We found out the fucking M&Ms have key lime pie M&Ms.
Oh my god.
What the fuck, man?
I had no idea. They're so good. They're so good. Get the key lime pie M&Ms.
Dude, I mean, just get M&Ms. I mean, hell, they'd probably make a fucking flavor like burnt pubic hair and toenails. And people are like, you know what? It's still got the chocolate in it, right?
Not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It doesn't taste like pubes.
But yeah, and I have new discoveries. He discovered a new band that he liked. I reacquainted myself with some fucking killer stuff once again, and holy shit, it was fun. And we could crack jokes about the song titles and fucking bang our heads. So this is like, you know, just sort of a fun experience that I recommend everyone has. So yeah, jam some Death Breath. But yeah, this EP, I'm gonna give it 4 stars as well. I really dig this. It's dirtier, it's sludgier, and it might be even more unruly. But I think it's just as much fun. I think they did a great job in the covers, and it's just fucking sad that there's not more. There should be more than just this.
I agree.
I feel like there should be like 4 or 5 albums.
Yep.
But I'm happy with what I got. And yeah, it was just great listening to this again. This EP fucking whoops ass too.
I'm going to give it a 3.5 only because, and I'm sure I'll get berated in the comments, but I've never heard any of the covers, actually. So it's not like I could be like, oh yeah, they were really on point with it. Yeah. But overall, I had fun. Again, this whole experience, and especially not knowing this band, this whole experience was just a good time. Again, really fun, just kind of in your face, thrashy, just bang your head. The song titles were a lot of fun. Let us joke, and, you know, of course, we like that. So great experience overall. If I had to give the overall experience a rating, I'd say probably like a 4.5. It was a good time.
Yeah, I mean, this was just fun to go over, and
Yep.
they're kind of like party records for sick weirdos like us. I fucking love this, and well, here comes the what happened. Well, technically, this band is still around. It's just, I think everyone's busy, namely Nick. Nick is in a lot of bands. I believe there's a Helicopters album coming out this year. I think Lucifer just put out an album like last year. He also has the Reformed Entombed project with mostly original members. And there's probably a shit ton of other bands that I'm missing too. And mostly, he doesn't do a lot of death metal stuff now. It's mostly like he does like a lot of stoner rock, kind of classic rock oriented stuff. And he's really fucking good at it too. But I want to hear more of this because it's fucking fun. Like, this is just awesome in terms of like a fun return for him and just, I don't know, delivering some fun fucking death metal. Now, I think Robert is also busy as well. He has multiple projects. And I think, again, this is just like a studio project. I don't know if this band actually tours, or, I mean, I imagine they play some live shows. But if they did get it together and decide to tour, I'm fucking there. I'm buying a shirt metaphorically in my head right now. And yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of a given for us. I think you automatically know by now that if we go to a show, we're going to buy merch.
We're going to buy merch. Now, it is interesting to note that Nick does not consider this a side project, though. So I guess this makes it a full-time band, so maybe we just have to wait. Hopefully not another 15 years for a release. But, that is a little bit of a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, in closing for me, I guess I'd say if they're still a functional band technically, maybe put out something else. Maybe tour a little bit. Maybe come to the States. Maybe come to the Midwest. Detroit.
Yeah.
And, maybe play the Sanctuary, because that's where everybody goes.
Yeah, no, that's where we go.
Yep,
I'll be there.
That's where we go, for sure. No, I just had a great time. I didn't know what to expect. So when what they had hit the airwaves, I was like, oh, dude, of course. And the song titles, I think, set it off too. You can just tell that this was probably a much needed thing for all of them.
Yeah.
As far as just to kick back and let's just have some fun and drink some beer or some other things.
Watch some old horror movies.
Punch somebody.
Yeah.
Who knows? Fellate a zombie, perhaps.
Or get filleted by a zombie. Actually, no. Both sound dangerous. One sounds grosser than the other, though.
It does.
Yeah.
But in theory, though, if you're getting filleted by the zombie, they might not have teeth. So that's not important.
We've already fucking thought about this way too fucking much. So, if you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe, because we do stuff like this all the time. We are also on Patreon. If you'd like to help us out, there will be a link down below. As for t-shirts, we will make an announcement here very soon.
Very soon.
We're going to try to pair that with a cool giveaway and a video, because 10,000 subscribers, holy shit. Thank you guys. It's
oh my God.
Fucking amazing that we're actually here.
It's ridiculous. I can't believe it, to be honest. 10,000? I can't fathom that. Yes, I can. That's the capacity of Red Rocks Amphitheater. So
we're playing Red Rocks.
We're playing, Thralls at Red Rocks. That'd be interesting.
I mean, we're not gonna play music. I'll probably sit up there and just look at you guys like, hey,
we're Thralls of wow.
How about this weather? A lot of disappointment if we were playing Red Rocks.
That went well. We really do well at promoting ourselves.
Yeah,
Thank you for sticking around while we do whatever the fuck it is that we're doing. So,
but don't worry, we're not doing it well. But thank you guys for supporting us, and yeah, we look forward to doing more of this crazy shit, and peppering in some more retro reviews here and there, because there's a lot of fun bands that did not get a long stay that definitely need covered out there, and this was definitely one of them, and I hope it fucking comes back. But again, thank you all for watching, and we will catch you later.